Hello. As I review governance organizations throughout New Zealand and overseas, there are always some key deficiencies. They're always the same in pretty much most of the organizations. Let's go through them. The first is that there is no plan, no long-term, aspirational, visionary plan for a future. That plan usually comes from the board. It takes on board the views of operating managers, the CEO, the general manager, the key people, but ultimately it is the job of a board to set the scene for what the organization should accomplish over the next 10, 20, 30 years. Once we have a plan, that plan then becomes a mantra, a guiding light for operating management, and they report back regularly about what they have achieved and how that plan is being pursued. That means that we need to have a empowered, tooled up, skilled, ready to go operating management that can implement the plan, regular reporting back on that plan. Issue number 2. The third is that quite often board members are very competent people in that organization. They could do some of the things quite well that managers do. But a board is there to steer, to manage long-term achievements, expectations. It is not there to make day-to-day decisions and work in the firm. So the third issue is that we often have a confusion between a board role and an operating role. The fourth part is that the board does not get all of the information that it needs to make sure it knows how well the organization performs. It sometimes does not have good contacts with staff. It doesn't really understand how consumers, how customers feel about the firm. It gets filtered information that comes up during a once a month, once every 2-month board meeting, and therefore does not really reflect the true state of affairs in that firm. And the last one, a oldie but goodie that nearly always fails in the review, is a good whistleblowing opportunity for employees and anyone who wants to complain but doesn't want to go directly to their supervisor, manager, or the CEO, that they can make their voices heard and complain. Complaining is a good thing. We know that most complaints don't come to anything because the person who believes they have unearthed something bad didn't have all the information, didn't quite understand how the business works outside their area of competence, and in many cases, this doesn't go anywhere. But it is a good discussion to have, and it is important that we allow an employee, anyone, to report back outside of the channels of management when they believe something is not right. It gives the board the assurance that if no one complained, but there was a good complaint procedure that holds the whistleblower harmless, that there probably is nothing to be worried about. So think about what you can do to upgrade governance in your organization and take care of those 5 problems real quickly.